Now I am going to explain to you the importance of Kumbh Mela. Jupiter planet goes around the sun at one time at a given month. In every 12 years, it comes back to the position where Earth creates a shadow on the Jupiter, like an eclipse. And because of that shadow size depends on how far or how close is Earth to the Jupiter. It's indirectly an eclipse, called a Jupiter eclipse if you want to call it, instead of a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. And because it's eclipse, generally in eclipse, what the Sanatana Dharma people, or Hindus if you want to use that word, that's still okay, is that they take bath and they observe this as something like a ritualistic one ahead of time, and then do praying God, whatever it takes to do of their own favorite God, and then they start watching the eclipse. After the eclipse is done, they take shower again and they start cleaning all the vessels, etc. Typical of when people, before someone cooks the food, they cook the food and eat. That is the eclipse tradition. For solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, in this case Jupiter eclipse is the context. And so every 12 years, because it goes around the sun, and that is the time is considered as a Jupiter eclipse, if you want to call it, and therefore people follow all of this. That's one part. And there is a mythology or the legend part of the eclipse. The second part is that when the gods and the demons are, in Sanskritam, it's called Devas and Rakshasas. Devas are supposed to be good people, Rakshasas are supposed to be bad people. Devas and Rakshasas, together they think that they want to be able to churn the samudra or the oceans and churn them so that what will come out is nectar or amruta. Amruta stands for not mruta. A means not. Mruta means someone is dying. Mrityu is dying. And mruta means someone who becomes going back to the earth. Mru means earth. Mrit actually means earth. And then going back to the earth. After you die, you go back and assimilate into the earth. That is the concept. And the idea would be that they would take the oceans and churn them using what is called Meru Parvata. It was one of the largest parvatas that could go into the ocean, and they need something to churn, like a churning for a butter from buttermilk or milk. That way they wanted to churn, so they find a very large snake called Vasuki. That is the name of the large serpent, if you want to call it, or snake. They take that Vasuki and put Meru Parvata in the ocean underneath for it to hold, otherwise it will sink. They find basically a tortoise, very large tortoise, right? So big enough for that. These are all legends, so you have to bear with me on, you asking questions about how big it can be, what it is. That's all legend actually. When it comes, then they start churning. One side will be Devas, another side will be Rakshasas. They'll be churning, the whole thing. And when they churn, because of the snake, immediately Visha, right, or poison will come out. And they don't know what to do. So therefore, they request Shiva or Maheshwara, or Ishwara if you want to call it, and said, what can we do? He said, no problem, I'm going to drink the poison for you. So you don't have a problem. He just puts it in, takes that and gulps it. But his wife Parvati, who is the his consort or his, etc., she says, I don't want my husband to die, so she chokes him at the kantha, as it's called, right, in Sanskritam. She chokes the neck. When choking the neck, the idea is that he will not swallow and he may spit it out probably, but he will not die, right? So because of the poison is poison.